How's it going, guys? Napa here. Welcome to another episode of the NASCAR Heat 2 Career Mode Season 1. This week, we're going to be driving something other than a truck for the first time in the career mode. We've actually got a hot seat offer to run the DC Solar 200 at Phoenix for Brandon Bill... what is that? Brandon... I can't even read that. It's too small. But we're going to be driving the number 86 car. I almost called it a truck. Which is weird because normally I call the trucks cars anyway, so I'm not sure why I'd get that backwards. But their goal is a top 22 finish, and if we do that, the payout's going to be 85 grand. Still don't know what we're spending the money on. I have no clue. But let's just jump into it. 13% race length, 4 times tire and fuel wear. Hopefully that still only means 1 pit stop with the Xfinity series. Hopefully the settings aren't all jacked up, and that's not going to be like 1 pit stop in the first half and then 1 right before the end. Hopefully it's just 1. But it should be interesting. This is the first episode of the career mode. We're going to be in the Xfinity series. Interesting to get a hot seat offer that early on. Although, I'd imagine if a driver won a truck race in his second full-time season race, he would probably get quite a few offers. Okay, so right away, I'm just going to take some wedge out because it seems like every default setup in this game is incredibly tight, so we're going to take that all the way down to 46.5. Tire pressure, once again, 2 clicks as per usual. We're going to take our brake bias all the way up once again, so we have an easier time getting in the pits. Steering offset looks good. We're going to go with that. Let's hop into our qualifying session. Probably not going to do as much good, although in the trucks, we actually were able to qualify not last place a few times now. So top 22 finish when there is, I think, 40 cars in the field. So that's going to be about mid-pack that we're going to have to try to run. Car still feels a little tight. It's only a 3-star car, if I'm correct. Entering a little high, staying high. Can't quite get this car to the bottom. Maybe I need to take a little bit more wedge out as we progress. Abusing the apron. Gonna get on the brakes a little earlier, try to navigate around the bottom of the corner, really hug that apron. And we're gonna come to the line and qualify 39th, which is either dead last or second to last. Yeah, that's dead last, so we weren't that far off, though, from the car ahead, in all actuality, so, not bad. We are going to take a little more wedge out. This is about the lowest I've ever had the wedge on any setup, so 45 is actually the minimum. We'll leave it at that. Alright, let's hop into the race, try to get a top 22. How many times are we going to have to pit? That's what I'm curious about. So we got 19 laps of fuel. How long is the race? 26 laps. Okay, so that's only going to be 1 pit stop, thank God. Now, Phoenix is a track that I struggle at in nearly every NASCAR game. From the retro ones, to the Technics titles, to this game. I'm just not good at Phoenix. So, top 22 finish is going to be a bit of a challenge here. I think we do have a little bit more pace than some of these cars in the back of the field. Not much more pace. Okay, Ryan Siege. Oh, Siege puts on the block a little bit. And we kind of cut the track there, but we were kind of forced into it because our car got loose and darted down there. Try to outbrake Siege going into the corner. We got a nice little battle with him going on, even after cutting the corner. We get to the inside of the 07 car. I'm not sure if taking the apron like this is faster. I know it was in Heat Evolution, but I'm almost wondering if using the draft would be faster in this game. So we're a little bit faster entering the corners, but they got a lot more speed exiting, it seems like. Whoa, and Lupton there dives low as well as the car ahead of him. Don't really want to use the high line. Oh, shoot. I drove it in a little too deep there. Now we are trapped on the high side. Not ideal. Not sure what we're going to do to get out of this situation. I guess all we can do is probably play it a little bit conservative, play it a little bit safe. If we can use the draft, we might have an opening to get to the inside here. See if we can outbreak him and use the draft to our advantage. Ooh, we're going to bump Smithley. But, oh, he gets a little out of shape, but he saves it. Not how I wanted to get to the bottom, but it had to be done if I was going to do it, because that is a solid line of cars behind. And ahead. And the high side here at Phoenix, shoot! Everybody kind of checks up due to that car peeling off on pit road. Not sure why anybody would pit this early. Unless they had damage, like I do. Really not... I think it might be a little faster using the apron, but it's nothing extreme. I'm going to use the apron a little bit to kind of get a little bit more rotation in the car. So we're 25th. We're getting closer to that 22nd goal. Got a car up in the wall. That's the 9 car. He's a lap down. So he's been there a while. Not sure why a caution isn't out for that. Make a move on the 52 car and the 5 car. Oh, Cole Custer, we bumped into him. He's a little out of shape. Gathers it up. Not making any friends out here today, I'll tell you that. But we're up to 22nd. That's going to be our team objective. And we're trying to work our way up to 21st. I'm battling with the 2 car here. Logano's up ahead. Not sure what he's doing mid-pack. So we are battling side by side for 21st. We're going to get clear of him, looks like. I believe that's Dakota Armstrong up ahead. Outbreak him, maybe get to the inside. Wow, we actually cleared him in one corner. I didn't expect that. Gonna have to pit towards the end of the race. But if we get about 19 laps of fuel on 2 cans, that means 1 can would be about 8 laps. Or, I'm sorry, be about 9 laps. I'm an idiot. Closer to 9.5, actually. So, by extension, half a can probably be closer to about 5 laps. And that's about how many is going to be left when I come into the pit. So we may have to take 1 can. I don't think I'm going to be able to squeak by on half. Getting to the inside of Logano. I don't think you could have put a piece of paper between me and him right there. He's going to get the run off the corner. Then after him, it's a pretty big gap to the next pack of cars. We're going to use the apron. Hopefully get clear of him. Carefully rejoin the track. He's going to get the run on the outside. We're going to drive it in deep, outbrake him, and we have cleared Logano. Although we were on close to equal pace with him, so we're not really going to pull away, I don't believe. Entering a little high, overdrove it a little bit. So our tires are holding up pretty well, only 64% worn, about halfway through the race. Ooh, getting pushed up wide, that's going to give some guys the opportunity to pass, but luckily nobody was quite close enough to do that. Not really gaining on the pack ahead, kind of in our own little world here in 19th. Cars ahead just checked up there for some reason. I almost thought somebody was going to peel off to pit the way they checked up, but it didn't look like anybody did. Now at the halfway mark. So we are slowly gaining to that pack ahead, and it would be nice if we could maybe get around a couple of them just to give ourselves a little bit more of a cushion. Shoot. I spoke a little too soon, overdrove that, and now the cars behind are catching up like crazy. He is there. A lot of our speed seems to be in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 are about equal to the pack ahead. The car behind is showing a lot of speed. He is right there. We're actually gaining on the pack ahead, but the car behind is just flying right now. We see our car getting a little bit more out of shape every time we get through that corner. That's going to be because of our tires becoming progressively worn. About the 50% mark is where you're really going to start noticing some handling alterations. As we slowly creep up on Almirola. Can definitely get the draft now. We are in the draft. Even the car ahead. So the car behind definitely trying to make a move there. He is flying. Now I'm going to stay in the draft with Almirola rather than cutting the track, because it seems I actually lost a little time going through the apron before. So we're going to try to outbrake him, get a nose on him. He's going to give us the room. And that's going to be one more position if we can get clear, which we do. Now we got Brennan Poole up ahead. So we're going to have to pit very shortly. I think we will be able to get away with half a can of gas. I think we're going to be able to get away with that. Because if we can pit on like lap 22, we'll make it. So got Keselowski up ahead. Once again, not sure what he's doing mid-pack. We're going to try to outbrake him a little bit. Get a nose on him maybe. Oh, no. Couldn't quite get underneath him. We're going to bring it around one more time, and then we're going to pit. So we'll be pitting on lap 22, coming into 23. And if we do that, then we should be able to make it on half a can of gas. But the cars ahead are all into the pits now, which is actually going to put us up in the lead for a lap. Even the car behind me pitted. So let's just not jack up this pit road entry, and we should be set. It's a pretty slow corner to begin with, about 80 mile an hour. And a little over. Not exactly sure where the AI takes over there, but half a can, no tires, no repair. We're just going to get enough to finish off the race. Not getting stopped on pit road. We waited until after pit road was at its busiest, so... Very fast stop. We're going to cycle out a little bit ahead of where we were. And that's going to give us just enough fuel to finish off the race. And we're going to be in 11th now, which is well above our team objective. Now, we are on old tires, so any of these cars that come up behind us, we're just going to have to give them the position. I just went ahead and took the gas just for some extra track position. But as you can see, they have way more corner speed than I do. And there goes Ty Dillon. Coming to 2 to go. Ooh, this handling. These tires, that's the car that was actually challenging me the whole time. It's going to be Joey Gase. He was behind me pretty much the entire race, just on my tail. Even as I was working my way up through the field, he never wavered. So he's going to get ahead of us and ultimately beat us. Pretty sure he probably took tires. But coming to the white flag now. 28% left on the tires. Let's see if we can hold this 14th position for just half a lap more. Coming out of turn 4 for the final time. Cars behind are gaining, but that does not matter as we're going to bring it home 14th. And we beat our team objective, so we now have secured ourselves an Xfinity ride for the next season. This is not one of the greatest cars out there, but at least we have secured at least one ride in Xfinity. So, there we go. Fastest lap's going to go to Elliott Sadler with a 28.294. Most laps led is going to go to Blake Cook with 19 laps. On the move was me, starting 39th, finishing 14th. Michael Lynette, starting 12th, finishing 38th. He's going to be your tough break. Alright, so we're just going to see what's going on next week, see if anything happens post-race, and we will end it off there. Nice job with that top 22. We'll keep you in mind for next season. Thank you very much. Moving on to next week, we got another truck race. This time at Martinsville. Oh boy, one of my least favorite tracks. So we're going to back out of there. Nothing happened post-race, so yeah, everything remaining the same. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.